How is FinDev Canada mobilizing institutional and private capital towards emerging markets?
So under Canada's G7 presidency this year, FinDev Canada has helped establish the G7 Infrastructure Investment Council. And that brings together 12 of the world's largest asset owners and asset managers, about $20 trillion in assets under management, to maintain or even increase their emerging market infrastructure asset allocation. We are looking to be very practical and pragmatic, focused on design and deploy. So what kind of strategies can we co-create, or how can we as development finance institutions across the G7 enable more of their investment into emerging markets?
What one outcome would you consider a genuine step forward in aligning infrastructure development with community resilience and sustainability?
So there is an almost $3 trillion infrastructure investment opportunities over the next decade just in emerging markets and developing economies. I think a huge step forwards would be if public procurement agencies raise that bar in procurement and required resilience criteria as part of the public procurement process for infrastructure.
What ideas resonated with you from the panel that you just moderated?
So I think what stuck with me from the conversation that we had with the panel, it emphasized that building more resilient infrastructure, creating the environment for more resilient infrastructure, it's really an ecosystem. We have governments that play an incredibly important role for creating the legal, policy, regulatory, institutional environment in which private investment can flourish. A lot of infrastructure pipelines actually is generated by governments at different levels, whether it's federal, state, or local levels. Even if it's going to be financed and operated and owned by the private sector, those pipelines really come from government. So the importance of capacity building and project preparation is absolutely critical. And again, including those resilience criteria in the pipelines that we're building. And then we've got the downstream investment, whether that's private capital that we all want to crowd into more emerging market infrastructure, role of public development banks, whether it's multilateral development banks or bilateral financial institutions, to come in and help risk share with the private sector so that they can do more. So it's this whole ecosystem that really needs to come together.